What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. MicroMike, and today we have the One Pride podcast, and I am excited to get into this bad boy. We got some crazy news, we got some crazy rumors, and we're going to talk all about our beloved Detroit Lions drinking that Honolulu Blue and Silver Kool-Aid. And I am joined by the man, Troxel Sports Talk, from Troxel Sports Talk. What's going on, Troxel Sports Talk?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
been a minute.
You excited?
Hey, let's get it. Let's get it today. It is going to be fun. It is going to be like, oh, my God. And we're going to have some fun today.
It's like, oh, my God. Can you
my God.
Oh, my God. That was a double oh, my God. Travis, can you do me a massive flavor? Shout out to people who decided to get up in here right at the beginning, and let's get this thing cracking.
Absolutely. Shout out to Noble Sports Entertainment, Craig Ferguson, the Dern, the Gridiron Blitz, the General View, Dr. Detroit, Patchy Cole, PC Payload. What's going on, everybody?
And they said do a mic check, so I'm going to do a mic check. What's going on? When I get this mic check, I already see 16 people in there. If you've not hit that like button, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and hit the bell for all my notifications. And leave me a comment and tell me that I'm the greatest. No, I'm just playing. Travis Troxel, we just got some news about our franchise quarterback, Mr. Matthew Stafford. Would you like to comment about how he had a false positive? He does not have coronavirus.
Yes, he was announced today that Matthew Stafford did not have COVID, and he is off the COVID IR. And I do want to bring in a little something. If you're ready for that, Mike.
Bring it on in.
Okay, this is from Kelly Stafford on her Instagram post. It says, the past 4 days, we've been somewhat of a nightmare. For 24 hours, we believe my husband was positive for COVID. We were all tested the day after, and we were all negative, including Matthew. Then tested negative again, then again, then again, and again. After his second negative, we were made aware of the false positive and how this was one of those cases. I have been losing my mind because of how my family has been treated since my husband was put on COVID IR.
Mm-hmm.
After we knew it was a false positive, even after we knew it was a false positive, our school told us we were not allowed back. I was approached in the grocery store and was told I was endangering others. My kids were harassed and kicked off a playground. I was told I needed to wait in my car when trying to pick up food, and people closest to us had to get tested just so they could go back to work. That's just to name a few things. I don't blame these scenarios on any of the people directly involved. I understand they are coming from, but I do blame the NFL. I blame the NFL for not holding themselves accountable. These are people's lives and livelihoods that are in these results in their test sites. Maybe we should be absolutely positive a person has COVID before releasing that info to the world. I'm sharing our experience because I don't want it to happen to any of the other families that play for this league. We are thankful all those who called, texted, emailed, and showed their concern for Matthew and our family. Your thoughts during this strange, difficult times are greatly appreciated. But we are all absolutely fine and feeling great, and thank God for that.
Folks, I see we have 655 in the chat. That is a record broke. Insane! I appreciate you. If you've not hit that like button, please do so. If you're new to this channel, obviously subscribe, but that is a record breaking. Tone, what's going on, brother? Welcome.
Oh, what's up, guys?
What's going on, Tone?
Man, you seem so energetic. What's up, guys? Hey, I'm alive. Let's talk about this, man. What do you think about this Matthew Stafford? False negative, Trox, and everything you just heard about. Miss Stafford.
Well, I think we definitely got to be better as people.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is if somebody has COVID, that is what the masks are for. It's to protect that person from spreading it to others. So if they have COVID and they're out and about, but they have their mask on, they're there to protect themselves for the other people. And you cannot do things like that you did to children like that. Telling them they're not allowed back, kicking them off playgrounds, things like that. These are children, people. Innocent children.
Come on. We got to be better than that, folks. We got to be better than that. It's terrible. But you want to know what? You know what's good about the Pride Nation? You know what's good about us as the One Pride Podcast and all the Lions fans out there, all the NFL fans that are true fans. We support the Staffords. Why? Because they brought the franchise from a nothing to better than nothing. Yes, we've not won a playoff game, but we was irrelevant for the longest time. Just ask John Kitna, Dante Culpepper, and all the people below, even Scott Mitchell, Dan Orlowski running out of the end zone. Oh, my God. But, yeah, man, we come as a Pride Nation. We support the Staffords. Tone, what do you think about this?
I think it was kind of crazy when I heard about it. Like, everybody just treated it this way. First of all, they just assumed that she might have it.
Yeah.
Also, they just assumed that off of one test because he took 3 tests and 2 of them failed.
Yeah.
They just assumed that he also definitely had it. I also don't know why they really put it out like that. But I guess it's, it's crazy.
Yeah, man, look, there's a lot of news, a lot of rumors going out there. We got to be more cautious as professionals. I work in the health industry. We have to be very professional. We have to be precise. It's vital. It's extremely important that if you get a diagnosis, it's 100% correct. When you get a false error, this is the type of things that occur, and it's not good. So we got to be better than that. But let's talk about how Matthew Stafford doesn't have COVID, Trucks. Are you happy like me?
Absolutely. We have a season. Woo! Let's go. We have a season because without Matthew, our Lions are just 3-12-1.
If we don't have a Matthew Stafford, my brain just opted out.
Absolutely.
My brain just opted out. I'm going to need some PEDs after that. That's terrible, man. You look what Stafford did. We went 3-12-1 without the Staff, man. And Staff doesn't have an infection. He doesn't. He's going to go. He's healthy. That's the one guy we can't lose through a whole season is Matthew the Stafford. I was like, I swear to you on my life, folks, angels were singing and dancing when I heard the news. It was so beautiful, Tone. I just got a $5 super chat from MVP Frog Crop. Woo! Hey, I appreciate you, Frog Crop. I'm throwing this back into the channel, and we're going to make Detroit Lions together. We all together as individuals who love our city, love our state, love the Honolulu Blue. We drink a little Kool-Aid like me. The MyQuil is flowing. I put it in IVs. We get this thing growing, but we're taking it to the next level. And without your lovely support, it doesn't occur. So you are MVP. All you subscribers, if you've not hit that like button, what are you doing? Smash that bad boy. We got 433 in the chat. We got to get that in there. So tell me what you think. How happy are you that Matthew Stafford does not have COVID? Let's get what should we put in there? Hashtag what? Hashtag what hashtag should we put in there, Trox, in regards to Stafford not having COVID? Hashtag season continues.
Hashtag season continues.
Season continues. Tone, how do you feel that Matthew the Stafford doesn't have COVID? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Man, you seem like it. Hey, I'm happy, guys. Hey, guys. It's go ahead, man.
Hey, you guys.
How happy are you, man? Are you relieved like I am?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think it was gonna keep him out of the season, but I mean, I guess it's just good that he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's really good. And that was so thought out of an answer. It's good that he doesn't have it. Let's go in depth, guys, of good he doesn't have it. I'm going to tell you why this is great news, folks. Without Matthew Stafford, this team is hurting. We've seen what we get. Let's do an in-depth look. It doesn't matter who your offensive line is. It doesn't matter who your running back is. It doesn't matter who your wide receivers, tight end is. If you don't have Matthew Stafford on this team is going absolutely nowhere. Period. 0-8 without Matthew Stafford last year. We're a team that requires to have that franchise quarterback. Stafford is the guy. He goes down, we're done. If Stafford's not in the season, we're done. We're a top 5 draft pick, top 3 draft pick, and I am going to put my head into the wall because our team and our fan base deserves it. Matthew Stafford opens up the field with getting those wide receivers the perfect hole for the football. If you don't have Matthew Stafford, the separation needs to be much higher when it comes to the wide receivers, when it comes to the tight ends. And right now, our offense is flowing well. But if we remove Stafford from the equation, the separation has to get better. We don't have that ability right now, Travis Troxel. We don't have that ability. Jeff Driscoll, David Blau, look, they did all right. We went 0-8.
I mean, they did enough to win. It was our defense that really took us and hurt us.
But why is Stafford such a integral part to what makes this?
Well, Stafford just elevates everybody else. Mm-hmm. I mean, when Stafford is motivated, ain't nobody's gonna beat him. You can bring Aaron Rodgers, you can bring Tom Brady, you can bring Patrick Mahomes, you can bring whoever. He has proven.
You can have the strongest D of all strong Ds. Okay, that D can be the penetrating of all Ds, okay? It could just smash in there. But guess what, folks? If you don't got Stafford, we ain't going to win no playoff. Like, we have a hard time getting to the playoffs. We have a hard time. Let's be a minute about it. Our team is not the most talented all around. We're not an all-around talented team. So without Stafford, Tone, we're in for some trouble. We are.
Yeah. Especially our backup sucked last year.
How bad does our backup suck last year? Let's talk about how bad they are. Let's talk about rip on David Blau and Jeff Driscoll. Let's go.
So I actually looked up some stats and stuff. First of all, I found this graph. It was basically a graph that listed every quarterback in the NFL, and David Blau was like bottom 5 if he wasn't the worst one.
Hey, you're doing good at the bottom 5. Jeff Driscoll, he's definitely the game changer. No, he's not. He's trash. Let's admit it.
He was kind of like a little worse than Trubisky.
He's not. Yeah, he's not. I mean, let's not get. Let me say trash by starter. Backup, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? He could be a good guy to jump in there for a couple plays or a game. But for a whole season, would you want to see Jeff Driscoll as the starter quarterback for the whole season, Tone?
No, I don't even want to see him. I don't even want to see him as the backup.
What about
Jeff Driscoll?
Yeah, Jeff Driscoll or David Blau.
I really don't want neither of them, but I'll take Driscoll because he at least has some upside. David Blau, nah.
I mean, we signed him when he carved up the Lions.
That's
in week 4 of the preseason.
That's facts.
I at least think David Blau could be something.
I mean, you got to remember one thing, though. David Blau is very young. David Blau is young.
He is young, yes, potential. He's not a veteran. He has the ability to learn. Jeff Driscoll is old. Chase McDaniels is not going to hold. Does anyone believe if we had Chase McDaniels for this team as a starting quarterback, we're going to go to the playoffs? Trox, do you think we'd go to the playoffs if if Chase Daniel is starting quarterback for 16 games?
0% chance.
Tone.
I don't think we're going with Matthew Stafford, so definitely not with Chase Daniels.
Okay, yeah, he does not drink the MicroMike, guys. Kool-Aid does not run through his blood. And I love it that way because you can't have the Kool-Aid drinker on every single stance there. But in regards to the importance of what we want to do with this offense, you got to have Matthew Stafford. You have to. And I'm happy to hear that he's doing good. And that was a false negative. Thank the NFL gods out there, Trucks. And But there was also some other news. There was some also other news, and we need some hashtag Dern Strong right now because one of our guys is in a bad situation. Let's do hashtag Dern Strong.
Absolutely.
DERRN, the Dern. But there is some other news as well, folks, and that is we got some new players. We got Marlon Mack we picked up, defensive tackle. What'd you hear? What do you think about that, Tone?
Well, I watched some film on him. He's pretty all right, Got a nice first step, pretty strong. He's pretty short, though, so low center of gravity, natural leverage advantage, even though he doesn't play with good leverage, so he messes up his natural advantage. But he has short arms, so I doubt he's going to offer too much in the pass rush. Like, he could offer some, probably more than like Danny Shelton or Penasini could, but probably not going to be amazing in that aspect. Also, he doesn't have the greatest lateral ability.
Yeah.
He was also pretty raw in college, but he was a monster against the run. He got a quick first step.
Monster against the run. And tell him about the run, how he stops the run, how he's a monster.
Great run anchor. Like I said, he got a quick first up, pretty explosive. He gets into blockers before they get into him, which is good because he has short arms. Really good upper body strength. He's not the great at disengaging from blocks, but you don't need to be. At the NFL level, all you gotta do is hold yourself at the point of attack, and you'll be all right. So yeah, I think he could be a good backup for this team. He probably got to lose some weight though.
Yeah. I think he could be a rotational run stuffer, and that's what we need. And he's young. I think that's the biggest deal here is he's a young rotational run stuffer, has the potential to make the squad. John Atkins was not going to make the squad. Does anyone believe that John Atkins was to make the squad? I sure don't believe so. At least we're getting a young guy that can benefit the team, to benefit the defensive line. Stop the run. How do you win football games? You stop the run and run the football. That is key. What was Snack supposed to do, folks? Stop the run. What didn't he do? Stop the run. What he did do, eat a lot of snacks and did not a whole lot. He ate up Cap, and that's really about it. Mike, can you share what's going on with the Dern? No. He's got to let people know. I'm not going to do that. Change the name. I just noticed that. Yes, my name was changed a little bit. Yes, you can see a little bit of changes, but that's what he brings to the defensive line. We have the ability now to have a rotational player to stop the run. Is he a game changer? No, but that's not what you need when you're trying to pick up players at this point. You're looking for rotational depth that can help when people are tired. Stopping the run is key. What did I talk about? I talk about defensive tackles is key to stop the run and run the football. The lines, the offensive defensive line. This is what he brings to the Detroit Lions. This is what we lack, Trox. Do you want anything to add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. He came from the Baltimore Ravens. And you got to remember one thing. The New England Patriots play them twice a year. So with that being said, like Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, it doesn't matter if they stay in Detroit the rest of their careers or if they just came from New England. They're always going to have an eye on what New England's doing just because, that's still home. That's still home base for them. That's what they know. That's their system that they know. And that's what they're incorporating here in Detroit. So with that being said, they have a plan. If they went out and got him, they got somewhat of a plan, especially losing John Atkins. They could put him in, say, maybe an Ashawn Robinson role that we lost in free agency. We could put him in, multiple positions. That's the one thing about the Baltimore Ravens. They do multiple things as well. They'll have guys that play on the inside, outside to inside, coverage. It doesn't matter. That's what they do. And that's why, when you see a Patriots and Baltimore game, it's always a close match because it's almost like a chess match between them two. And shout out to who's that? John Harbaugh, their head coach. So, I like the signing, especially that's definitely an upgrade over John Atkins.
Mike D is about to drop a strong D upon me if I don't read what he's trying to say here. And this is the next subject here. Sorry to cut you off, but when that D gets strong and they're wanting to push through and they're wanting to get their voice heard, we got to make sure that Mike D gets his voice heard. And he says, I know I am late, but we are not addressing a key issue. How are we going to replace Geronimo Allison with the laughter and smiles and cries tone? How do we replace Geronimo Allison from opting out of this season?
You don't. Just pretend he wasn't there. We forgot he was on, we forgot he was there when he was on the team.
I mean, I didn't forget that he was there, but I get what you're saying.
So what you're trying to say is he's wanting to go inside to get the replacement here, and that's a joke, folks, because we got 5 million receivers, and we got some quality ones. And Geronimo Allison, in all opinion, man, he probably wasn't making the team trucks.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you know, when we drafted Cephas, and then the emergence of Marvin Hall Jr., that, I mean, it was going to be a tough sled for Geronimo Allison. I like Geronimo Allison. What he did over there in with the Green Bay Packers, but we're so deep at wide receiver. You know, even if we want to say cut Geronimo Allison and put Hunter Bryant there, we can still do something like that. Like, and that's what I agree with Tone. You don't replace him on the outside. You replace him via inside. You trust your draft picks. Trust your draft picks. Go Lions. He's a member of my channel. What's going on? Dr. Detroit is a member of my channel. Wesley Kivinen, welcome, man. PC Payload, I see you in here. Jorge, welcome, brother. And I'm sure questions will come in. If you want a question, just throw it in there. I will read it. We will answer it because we're just about having fun. And Trox is about to open his mouth. He goes, so Trox, go ahead, man. Hey, shout out to PC Payload because I did forget about that. You even got, what do you call it? Jamal Agnew. He can also
forget about Jamal Agnew.
Hey, he's going to be the starting return man.
Travis?
You're going
to have Travis?
Hey.
Travis?
Yes, sir.
Travis?
Yes, sir.
How can you forget about Jamal Agnew?
I know.
Of course, we're going to talk about Jamal Agnew. Tone, tell him about Jamal Agnew. I know you love this man, and you think he's definitely making the squad, Tone.
Man, definitely. Jamal Agnew, one of my favorite players. You ever decided to go watch the Cardinals game? Woo! Man, look at that coverage.
Hey, look at that second game, though.
Yes. Oh, and let's not forget, you know, he drops some catches every now and then, but everybody do that, you know, you get over it.
Yeah.
He can't do nothing else other than run fast, but he's young. He'll improve.
Pat Blue Ball, welcome to the chat, brother. I appreciate it. And let's talk about Jamal Agnew. Does he still have a chance to make the roster? He has a better chance, but I still give it about 10%. I don't think he's making the roster. I know Trox disagrees with me, but that's fine. But there's so many wide receiver talents on this roster. We don't even know if they're going to go 6. We don't even know. We kind of know what's going to be 1 through 5. We know Kenny Galladay. We know Marvin Jones Jr. We know D.A. Danny Amendola. We know those guys. We know Marvin Deep Ball Hall. We know Cephas. We didn't draft him in the 5th round to just release him. Frog Prop dropped another $5 super chat. I appreciate you. And it is going back to the channel. Like I always say, you are MVP, Frog Prop. Man, I want to become, I can seriously consider changing my identity to a male to a frog. Okay? Because your name is so legit. But do you think Agnew has a shot, Trox? And give me your legit. Don't blow smoke in the tailpipe. Okay? Do you think that Jamal Agnew has a chance, a legit shot of making the roster? And what % chance?
I mean, it's always going to be 50-50 until the final results come out. And that's even Matthew Stafford. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, everybody, you know, the one thing about the Patriot way, you earn your keep because you are expendable. That's what the New England does. I mean, they lost Tom Brady. That's their 2008 season. And then turned around, won 12 games that year. Missed the playoffs, but still went out and won 12 games. Losing their star franchise guy.
Woo!
Still in his prime. So, with that being said, though, as far as Jamal Agnew, I do have him, making the team as a kick returner, maybe as a 5th or 6th, or maybe even 7th receiver if we go that deep. But I mean, I do have him making the team, especially as a return man.
Go ahead.
Well, I
man.
mean,
You're about to speak, Jesus.
Well, I mean, the reason why is we got COVID going on. So a lot of this, rookie mini camps, OTAs, all that in preseason, that all got cut.
Yeah.
You get this a little extended time in training camp, and that's it. And then we're playing real games.
Hey, I feel you.
That's the only reason.
Mr. Madden dropped a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Madden. You are the awesome. And I see you got Matthew Stafford as your avatar. Love it. So I know he's happy that Stafford is healthy. And he says 7-9 playoff burn inbound. If we go 7-9 and make the playoffs, I don't know how to react to that.
Hey,
I don't know how to react to that.
Hey,
7-9's not amazing though. That's a bad record.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying let's to make the playoffs, though, that's amazing. At 7-9 to make the playoffs. Playoffs.
Okay, playoffs. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's like a feat that the Seattle Seahawks did a couple years ago.
Yeah,
that would be. I would feel bad and happy at the same time. Like, come on, man! You're talking about 7-9. Our squad best not go 7-9.
Hey, I got our squad going 9-7. What do you call it? Their low is 7-9, but the high is 10-6.
Okay. Folks, I see that we got 207 thumbs up. Can we get those thumbs up more? If you've not hit that thumbs up button, please do so. It helps bring the algorithm. It helps bring this channel go upward like the thumbs up goes upward. So please do so. I would appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber of the channel, you are straight crazy because I'm dropping Detroit Lions content left and right. I love all things Detroit. Same with the fellas here. We love Detroit. Why? Because we just love it. It's blue and silver, baby. It's Honolulu in blue and silver. And we represent the D, and we love strong Ds. As well, if you're not a subscriber to Chat Sports, y'all are crazy. Because guess what? Chat Sports is the absolute bomb.com, straight awesome in regards to bringing NFL content. Subscribe to Chat Sports. Why? Because your boy is working with them. So make sure you subscribe there. What's going on, Chastity Hudson? Rytion P. What's going on, folks? If you need a question answered, throw it in the chat because that's what we like to do. Let's talk a little bit about free agency. There's still an individual got taken off the free agent market today. I think it was a Giants, right? Marcus, what is it? Very
Marcus
Golden. Yeah, so he was an individual the Lions had connections with.
Made a video.
What do you
on
feel
that.
about? You did. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Trox, what do you feel about this?
I definitely think he's a low risk, high reward player. I mean, when healthy, he's a double-digit sack guy.
In regards to the Lions, though.
That's exactly regards to the Lions. I mean, when healthy, he's a double-digit sack guy. What was the number one thing we were lacking last year? Pressure and rushes and sacks.
And Kool-Aid.
That's
facts, man. Got to have that Kool-Aid.
And the one thing I do like about Marcus Golden is he can play inside and outside. So I was like, if we need a defensive tackle, he can move there. If you need an edge rusher, he can move there. He's versatile. So I felt like he fit the scheme.
Okay.
And when I mean by scheme, I do want to put this out there. Football is still football.
I already know it's coming, man.
Hey, absolutely. I mean, people got to know. People got to know. Football is still football. It doesn't matter about the X's and O's. It's just different verbiage. There's only so many plays you can put on a paper, and it's just verbiage, and that is it. Football is still football, folks.
Football is still football. Tone, what do you think about Marcus Golden off the market? No longer an option for the Detroit Lions. I think you're in the same kind of feeling that I'm going to answer, but go ahead. Speak your mind.
So I expected him to already be off the market because I had heard a couple months ago about the fact that if he didn't sign with a team in time, he would have to sign a tender with the New York Giants. So I already knew about that, and I had a feeling that he probably wouldn't have signed by then. No, he's a pretty decent player. He's a little overrated. I had to say that, but he's a pretty decent player. I would love to see him. I would like to see him in his defense. I'm not saying he's a little overrated. He's not the greatest scheme fit, but I'm gonna say can't turn down. But like Tar said, it's low risk, high reward.
Okay. I'm looking at this a little bit different, guys. It's just another person that the Detroit Lions, I don't think we were targeting him at all. When it comes to Detroit Lions, it's another team off the market looking for a defensive player. There is just a handful of teams that need some pass rushers, and the Detroit Lions, I believe, is one of those teams. Marcus Golden, to me, is off the market. To the Giants, that's one less player that the Gridiron Blitz, that Travis Troxel Sports Talk loves for Everson Griffen, as well as, there's other teams that's looking for pass rushers. Tennessee Titans. Seattle Seahawks seems to still be in the mix, but it's another team that is crossed off. And so it's pushing these other veteran pass rushers, defensive linemen, better for the Lions. I'm not necessarily looking for a DE. I think Marcel Darius is kind of the guy I would like to target. But in my opinion, that's one less team we got to worry about in regards to picking up another defensive player, Trucks.
Absolutely. I absolutely love Marcel Darius, and I absolutely love Everson Griffen. If there's a way that we could get both of those guys here, do it quick, fast, and in a hurry, because that defense will be lights out. Those two single moves will literally match the offense, and I think we can have at least a top 10 offense and defense in the same year.
Everson Griffen, how would he help the defensive line? What would he do to the defensive line, Trucks? And then I'm going to throw it to Tone because I know exactly what he's going to say.
I mean, he's going to get the quarterback down. That's his job. The defensive end is to get pressure on the quarterback, to get the quarterback down via sack or strip fumble and things like that. That's the defensive end's job. That's the quote-unquote sexy play. That's why they get paid the most out of the defensive linemen.
Okay. What about you, Tone? Let's hear the reverb, and then I'll kind of give my opinion on this.
So, guys, question. What's up with all this Marcel Darius love, man? I thought it's just like, what, 2017?
No. This is, I'm talking about for a rotational player, 1 or 2 downs. I'm not talking about as a starter or anything like that, but he's still an individual out there that we can throw upon this defensive line that would give rest to the starters. I'm not saying he's going to be a starter, but he would come cheap, and I think in the fourth quarter, or, to give rest and rotation to the other big guys that are actually going to be on the field a little bit more, I think he would be a quality pickup. Low, cheap, he flies under the radar, and he would be an individual to at least give some rest in the fourth quarter.
One thing about that is, we just drafted a nose tackle.
Yeah,
and
that's fact.
Just picked up Mack. At this point, unless he was real, real cheap, I would just go with the young guys. But on Everson Griffen, this is my favorite topic right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can add something. Everybody can add something. Mm-hmm. How much of that something? I don't think it's that much. I don't think as much as people say it is.
Okay.
He played with the Vikings. He was slightly above average.
Okay.
With one of the best pass rushers on the league right up beside him. Not forget they had an interior rush. Some of the best coverage players in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And one of the best defensive head coaches in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine him in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a smooth transition right there. First of all, the scheme schematically is not that great of a fit. Now,
that word scheme just came in.
I heard it.
Now, I've been hearing for a couple months that we might be playing some more 4-man fronts since our with our new DC. And Mac kind of would support that since he don't really support. He can't really 2-gap, so they would have to be a 1-gap scheme. Okay. So if we run more 4-man fronts, then I would feel a lot more better about it. But since we haven't seen anything yet, I'm just going on expectations. We're gonna be running majority 3-man fronts, which he wouldn't be a great fit. I think he'd be all right. He kind of be like, he'd probably be like the 3rd best pass rusher on the team, maybe.
Okay.
If I'm giving him the benefit of doubt.
That's not too bad, though. What if he came really cheap, Tone? What if he's not asking some ginormous contract and he would be a cheap guy to throw in this defensive line? Would you take him over Strong? Would you take him over a guy that's not he's on the bubble?
How small, how cheap contract are we talking about?
Say
4 or 5 million, something that's ridiculously under kind of what we expect, around 7-8 million.
Give him.
Okay, Trox. He kind of went there.
Okay, so I mean, hey, for me, for Marcel Darius and Everson Griffen, here's the checkbook. Write whatever you want. Here, it's signed. I want both of those guys because I feel like with both of them, with the added depth and being able to teach the younger guys, the ropes of how to win football games. Man, this defense would be, because that's one thing I feel like the defense is lacking. It's lacking that defensive front that you say, oh man, I got to go play the Detroit Lions, because once we can solidify that defensive line, I love our linebackers, and I definitely absolutely love our secondary. Our secondary is probably one of the best in the league. Yes, I went there.
Solid. No, you could go there. The secondary is solid, but it all depends upon the defensive line.
Absolutely.
If you cannot get pressure on a quarterback, if they're sitting there 7-8 seconds, we've said this time after time after time and time again. It doesn't matter who's back out there. Sanders could be back out there. Dre Bly in his prime could be out there. It does not matter. If you don't get pressure upon the quarterback and he just sits there, like doing reads twice, he's going to pick you apart eventually.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So Ray Lewis, Hall of Fame linebacker. He flat out went and said this. He said, I would not be the player I am today in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for the guys in front of me. Meaning that defensive line. If it wasn't for that defensive line, and he called everybody out. And what do you call it? When he said that let me know that the defensive line helps the linebackers. The linebackers help the secondary. Everybody has to work together in order to win football games.
The defensive line is a very important key to me. Offensive defensive line, it starts with the trenches. I've always been built like that. I play wide receiver, but I always throw love to the big guys, because without the big guys, you're not giving the players on the side, us little cutie pewdie pies, the little people that always celebrate, you're not going to give them a whole lot of life. And the more chance that you give separations, the more chance that that Derek is online. We let him speak. Go ahead, man.
All right, what's going on, Derek?
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening, everyone? I heard some Everson Griffen talk, so I had to call in.
Yeah, we had to get him out the old folks' home.
Oh, my God.
Tone, all right, so my God. Here's where I'm at. Tone did have I like what he said about the team. I'm very calm today. Very calm. Everything is fine. Tone, you had mentioned something about the 3-4. And I got a question for you. How did that work out for our Detroit Lions last year?
It was pretty all right.
It was pretty all right.
Because in first year, it was top 10 when we had pieces.
Okay. And how was that last year?
Not that great.
It was bad.
Not that great. It was not that great. And the thing about Everson Griffen, when people try to say he's not a fit, okay, here's the thing. If he has one job, whether he's in 3-4, 4-3, he has one job. His job is to get to said quarterback. Now, the 3-4 was not working that much. We were ranked, what was it, guys? 31, I believe. Is that correct? In total defense, right?
And statistically speaking, we was 31. But in my eyes watching the field, we was 580.
508. Okay. All right. As far as stacking said quarterback, we ranked somewhere around 27 or 28. So we had 28 sacks, and we were in the bottom percentile of the National Football League. Here's my thing with Everson Griffen. Everson Griffen I keep saying this, and I'm going to say it, whether he signs with us or not, He is a needed piece for the defensive line. Austin Bryant is back on the puppy list.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's on the puppy list. I don't know if Mike wanted a defensive tackle. We went and got one yesterday. We need one guy, and that guy is Everson Griffen. Okay. Now I'm going to make a bold prediction here. He will sack the quarterback in 2020. That's my bold prediction. So I'm tired, guys. Yeah, he will. See, the thing about it, Tony,
you don't sack a quarterback. You suck, man.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna let y'all get and move on. Here's the thing about us old folks. Don't take us for granted, okay? Because we take a lot of vitamins, we do a lot of supplements. We go to Beyond Juice and Eatery a whole lot, okay? And we get the stuff in it, and it makes us feel some type of way. So you can't ever underestimate an old folk. But Everson Griffen performed better than Trey Flowers last year, who is
paid $90 million.
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to challenge you on that one.
Go right ahead. Who is it? Who am I? Is this MicroMike?
This is Mr. MicroMike. Make sure you subscribe to everyone on the panel. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to Chat Sports as well. Shout out to those guys.
Facts.
The reason why I'm going to say this is a little bit different here is, first off, Trey Flowers was signed to a big contract, not specifically just to be on the defensive line, but it's also to change a narrative, change a culture in Detroit. It was to bring the Patriot way, the mentality that is required for this defense to work. We had individuals such as a Darius Slade, a Snacks Harrison, who did not buy into the system. Trey Flowers is bringing his Patriot way, how he operates, how he practices, to the Detroit Lions. We overpaid him as well because this is Detroit. Let's make no mistake about it. You're going to have to overpay free agents to come to Detroit until we start winning some football games. Third, Trey Flowers was injured in the beginning of the year. And if you look when he got healed, he was dropping a sack every single game nearly when he was healthy. A sack a game. A sack a game. He was really starting to make a difference when he was healed. And I think that this upcoming season, he's going to make a absolutely better statement on this defensive line than we are going to give him credit for from last year's year. So I think that Trey Flowers is actually better than people are giving him credit for, but those are the reasons why we paid him as such. And I feel in that essence of what he's bringing all around, not just the physical abilities, but his philosophies, Patriot philosophies, the Patriot defense, the different mentality that is required to be under a Matt Patricia coaching staff, because let's make no mistake, he acts like a drill sergeant. And I can tell you right now, there's people that can't take that drill sergeant mentality, and there's people that can. And that's what he's trying to instill. And so I understand with the pain a little bit from that aspect.
Okay, well, Mike, appreciate that. And from my standpoint, so what you are saying is that we paid Trey Flowers for for something other than performance. That's what you're saying. We paid
that was a
him
part
because,
of it, yes.
Okay, now I do agree with you with the he played less games than Everson Griffen, I do believe, so he had less chances. I'm with you there. But to pay a man because of he knows like the Patriot way, that's why we gave him $90 million.
Well, that was a piece of it. I'm not saying that was the whole reason. That was just a piece of the pie. It's just like we got Jamie Collins, just like we got Deron Harmon. They're specifically bringing these players in because they're instilling a not just a system, but a philosophy. You know, we are known as a team that loses. We are a losing franchise. And what they believe, what Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia believes, is these Patriot players can come in and help instill a different type of mentality. And yes, Trey Flowers, one of the top free agents last year in free agency. He probably could have went to somewhere else for a little bit less. So we had to pay a little bit extra for all these added pieces of Mr. Flowers' first name Trey.
That is correct. I agree with you there. No one wants to come here. And I just got one question for you guys before I let you go. There are free agents that are getting signed. And we heard Bob Quinn say stuff about the protocol was not in place to bring in a free agent. There's a couple that's off the market now. Do you think that there will be movement on Jadeveon Clowney and an Everson Griffen, whether they come to Detroit or not? Do you think that is coming within the next couple of weeks?
Yes, I do. I think it will happen definitely before week 1. No doubt about it. I think there's going to be a little fluidity simply because of this COVID stuff. There's no preseason games. It's a different type of offseason and training camp. I think once things settle down and all 32 teams with the way that their new routine is going to be this offseason, I think that's when you'll see more movement from their aspect. And you also got to look at the aspect of Jadeveon Clowney, of an Everson Griffen. They're in the same situation. What am I going to get into? We don't really know right now. Everything is in fluidity. This is the craziest offseason. And so I think when things start to settle down, they can look upon their contract, the years they want to go with the team, how it operates, because they're not probably just going to get a 1-year deal. Maybe they're probably going to get a multi-year deal, and they're going to get a bigger deal because they're highly priced free agents. This is not a bubble guy. These guys are going to be a piece to a team. So I think you will see it. And it just got to settle down, though, for a little bit.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I feel that they will – well, I think EG will be signed right around the time the pads come on and they start doing padded practices and things like that. That's what I feel. Whether he comes here or not, I feel like he's an asset. I would love him to come here. I know what Antonio feels about him, but on a serious note, I just don't feel like we've done enough at the defensive end position. Drafted a guy in the 7th round, and we signed him. Congratulations to that guy. He was rated 4th best pass rusher or something by PFF or something like that, and that's cool. But we need a dog. I've never owned a pit bull, and there's a reason for that because I just can't trust him. I feel like Everson Griffen is that guy that he's going to unleash him. And he's going to get the job done. So with that being said, Mike, when are you going to say what we talked about earlier? Are you going to do that now, or what are you planning to do?
I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about.
That news that we dropped last week. Remember? Thursday?
Oh, yes. No. I've already broke that news if you weren't listening already. Oh, my God.
Oh,
yes.
No, I was not. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
my
God. You know, I am working, guys. I'm working here. I'm working.
He's a hard worker over here. And he's in Detroit, not Boston. He's a hard worker over here.
I'm working on it. Exactly. Well, Mike, congratulations, man. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you giving me my your time, and I will see you guys later. Cheerio.
Adios, amigos. Blue Rain Studios, welcome to the chat. Don Burr, welcome. John Kapler, he's on lunch break, welcome. And I say from Tone. Let it out, because I know you got something to say, Tone.
Now I was reading the chat. Someone was like, he treating Everson Griffen like he's 23, not 33. I was like, ooh, that is very true.
Oh, my God. We all have opinions. Mine just seems to be better than everybody else's and more factual. And then there's Tone. He's got a good one. And then Travis,
I'm just off my rocker.
He's just alive. So, look, if you think I'm correct, put in hashtag the best. And if you think these guys are correct, put hashtag Mike's the best. So no matter what, there we go. Jorge says, do you think Desmond Trufant is worth $20 million?
Yes.
Okay, no. Talk about Desmond Trufant, Tone, and then I'll go to Travis Troxel from Troxel Sports Talk.
So anybody who doesn't know, Desmond Trufant, when he signed with us, signed a 2-year, $20 million deal, which is actually a great deal for a dude of his performance. Yeah, he didn't do that great for the Falcons last year. Part of that is the Falcons defense is how do I put this? Not good.
You use such good language right there. You went into the dictionary to find out. Not good.
Yes, very not good. And he was injured. That was also part of it. You know, he could be if he's not gonna play, if nothing else, he could be a good mentor.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Like he has a similar body type to kind of like a Mario Rabier, who probably would probably need some help, especially in his press coverage. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say something. Now I know schematically, I know it's kind of weird because he came from Atlanta. They play a zones. They play a lot of zone. Lions play a lot of man. But the thing about Atlanta is they run that old Seattle cover 3 press scheme, which usually it uses like the same kinds of guys. It uses guys with the same body types that you would find in the Lions scheme, like Okuda and Akawara. They could, Aurarie, they would fit in a scheme like that. So the guys are kind of interchangeable. It just depends on, do you play man better? Do you play zone better? So I know people talking about, the fact that he came from a zone scheme, but schematically how they view the position and the kind of guys they view at the position is pretty interchangeable.
Okay. What about you, Travis Troxel from I'm looking at this like I just hit my head at Wall Sports?
Well, I definitely don't think that he's worth the $20 million. I mean, granted, that is a good deal for, a cornerback. But as far as what I've seen from him, when you got to have your back against a wide receiver, you're already dead as fried chicken.
Yep.
So I that's not a fit. Like, that is definitely not a fit. That's the time where you got to say, hey, coach, I can't play corner no more. Put me in that safety and add value to my my contract that way. And I'll be able to be a better player for you. That's what he needs to do, because as far as a corner that got to put his back towards his wide receiver that he's guarding, you already said, here's the ball. Go ahead and score on me because I'm good as dead as fried chicken.
I'm going to say why I think he is worth it, because if you look at individuals that we've had so far, oh my God, Frog Crop dropped a $10 super chat. I appreciate you. He said, we the Kool-Aid drinking love in our Honolulu Blue 2020, strange as it's been, we stand proud to shut those haters up. And that's what we love to do here at ISN, is to shut the haters up. I got some great shows going on. I got some numbers lie sometimes. Buffed Up, he's always drinking no Kool-Aid. He's drinking that Jim Jones Kool-Aid. He don't like it. He's like, no, I'm putting a bag on my head. We love you, Buffed Up. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, Buffed Up.
And we'll go back to Trufant. I think I'm very happy that we signed Trufant. I think, look, we lost Darius Slay. You're talking about, look, I love Amani Awarie. I do. I love Justin Coleman. I do. But they're still young. And then you take Okuda. That's a really young secondary. If you don't have a veteran corner with them to help them, I think you're going to be in a lot of pain, because guess what, man? You're going against top wide receivers every single week, and you got to have a veteran back there to help guide these young folks. I love Okuda. I think he's going to be very, very good. Y'all know how I feel about Amani Awarie. We're talking about win now mode. Detroit needs to win now. There is not a whole lot of curve. We can't wait. And, we got to wait. No, we need to have right now individuals to make the noise and stop those wide receivers, because we going against a lot of quality ones. Darius Slay is not there anymore. We don't have a veteran cornerback that really can help out and elevate the young guys.
Okay, and quick question for you then, Mike.
Yes.
With that being said, would you have him just as a stopgap or an actual player for the 2 years?
2 years. 2
Okay.
years. I will have him for the 2 years, unless there's an injury, something crazy happens. But the reason I have him 2 years, it takes 3 years legitimately about that to get a cornerback to a good level. Darius Slay, it took him 3 years. He was trash in his rookie year. He was in his second year. He was much better in year 3. It's extremely important that we win now. We're talking about Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. If we don't win, and we're another 3-12-1 or a 6-win football squad, they ain't coming back. You have to have a veteran back there to modify these young folks to get their skills wide open, to make their eyes wide shut, in a sense. But what say you, Tone? Do you kind of agree? Oh, no, Trox's about to repeat something. Trox, go ahead, brother.
Okay, well, what about, what's his name? Marshawn Lattimore. He had a very good rookie season. He made the Pro Bowl and, I believe, an All-Pro that year.
Does it mean that if you look at majority young
majority, yeah. Majority, yes. Absolutely. They struggle.
Could Jeff Okuda come out and be like like a shutdown from the beginning? It's possible.
I
But
mean,
he's going to have rookie mistakes.
Oh, absolutely.
if
but
we
being
need
the
to have
third
that-
overall pick, though, you
Yeah.
have to be coming out there swinging.
You have to come out swinging, but you're going to have mistakes. I mean, we can't afford mistakes this year. We cannot afford it. And Amani Awaria, as much as I love him, and I think he's going to do better, he's still young. He's still young. And so we need to have that veteran presence back there. If we didn't have Trufant, look, man, to me, I think you'd see some wide receivers. I think you would see it. I think that gap is going to be a little bit less. I think you're seeing, and guess what? We are still not paying as much amount to the cornerback position this year than we did the previous year. And that's why I said the Lions are going to take Jeff Okudah, because we have not invested a lot of money in the cornerback position as we have done the previous 3 years. We're still in a deficit. We are still in a deficit. So I don't mind it, because we've invested more money in the last 3 years than we have this year. If you look at the defense that Matt Patricia runs, he wants to have a secondary that's stout, that's strong, that can cover. He builds from the back end going forward, unlike what I like to do is the forward going back. And I think you have to have a veteran back there. I do.
It's Tone's turn.
I wanted to speak on this. Well, here's the thing about corners and adjusting to the NFL. Usually, first round corners adjust pretty well to the NFL. In recent years, Marshawn Lattimore, guys like Tre'Davious White, Jalen Ramsey, guys like that. But it's usually, especially the top 10 corners, like I just said, Lattimore and Ramsey. They usually adjust to the NFL very well. Even though there's a you got to make a leap going to the NFL, kind of like Kyler Murray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback is one of the biggest positions you got to make a leap to the NFL. But he was already pretty polished coming out of college, so he didn't have to make as big as a leap as a guy like, let's say, Jalen Hurts this year, right? So even though it's a bigger leap, some guys are more built to take that leap than others. Corner is one of those positions, you got to take a bigger leap. But yeah, I really think Trufant. I think Trufant is actually kind of underrated at this point. Like, he didn't do that great with Atlanta because they weren't that good. I think he'll have a career resurgence with the Lions. To be honest with you,
I agree.
I think he's better than Amani already. I think Okudah's better, but I think he's already better than Amani, and I think he's going to be a really good second number 2 corner, and pretty good mentor for the young guys.
And to put the fact that you think that he's better, look at the corners that we have had that we didn't think were going to do well. Rashawn Melvin came out of nowhere. I thought he did very well in Patricia's system. As good as I thought, he exceeded my expectations. And Trufant, to me, is better than Rashawn Melvin coming into this offseason just by expectations. Did anyone expect Rashawn Melvin to be that good? Probably not. No. What's going on, Vash Darwin, man? I appreciate you.
Vash the man, what's going on?
Vash, he's smash and mash if you come at him, and he's going to make you bash. Don't mess with my guy Vash, man. Huge shout out to Vash. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you've not hit that like button, I see 221 likes. Let's get it to 250. If you have not done that, do it. Do it. Clayton's awesome video says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Clayton?
It's all about having fun. If you got questions, throw the questions in there. I want to bring you all upon this podcast, get you involved like it's you on here, and we can be your voice of reason. I can be your voice. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Let's talk about trade. Let's talk about trade because there could be trades. There could be trades, Trox. If you could trade for a player, a realistic player, who would you trade for, man, and why?
Man, that would be a hard one. Because it would have to be somebody. It would have to be somebody on a defensive line. Because I just want to solidify that defensive line.
So do I. Yep.
But who would be that player?
I would be that player. Trade for me.
We're trading for MicroMike. I'll give you a first-round pick.
I'm not going to go defensive line, but mine's Joe Thuney. I think if we could have somehow got him, throw him on this offensive line. I love the young talent. I think that would be Imagine having Joe Thuney on that left side and Jonah Jackson on that right side, back up Stenberg. Woo! Talk about running that football, baby. We're going to run it. Tone, he goes, I'm going to do Heaven's Gate, not happy. Who are you going to trade for and why, man?
Well, probably had to be Tremaine Edmonds. I think we need some more athleticism in the linebacker core, and he fits what we want to do as a scheme.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And he's pretty versatile, too.
What's going on, man? Have you thought about anyone yet there? Travis Troxel from Travis Troxel Sports Talk?
Or
yeah. Hold on.
You know what? I wouldn't trade right now. I would see what's on the market come trade deadline. Then I'll be starting to make a trade.
Okay. So he's trying to think outside the box. Look, man, I always believe the lines are the most important part. Facts. Offense and defensive lines, and if we can do better there, that would make me happy, and I would actually probably not lose as much hair as I do on my forehead because I'm starting to get old, man. I'm starting to lose that hair. Let's see. How is Detroit going to win this division? Last or second to last? Oh, how are we going to do in this division? Well, Tone, let me throw it to you, man. How are we going to do in this division? Are we going to win it? Are we going to be second? Are we going to be third? Or are we going to be the toilet?
This is a tough question. I'm between second to last and last at the moment.
Oh, man, come on.
Oh, my God.
Do that again.
I'm going to go with second to last because Chicago don't got anybody can throw unless one of them 9, 10, 11, 15 tight ends can throw.
Hey, real talk though, Tone. If you would have had us last over Chicago, I would have felt some sort of way, brother. 9 tight ends, no quarterback.
I think your boy would be throwing a stone at Tone and giving him the middle finger, not a bone, set alone. I would be hearing some moans and groans. Come on, Trox. What do you think, man?
You know what? Realistically, I think second. I want to say though, in my fandom hood, I want to be first. I want to win this division. I think if this is going to be the year, it has to be this year. 2020 with COVID going on, with all this going on, I think it'd be wonders for the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan. But you cannot bet against the Minnesota Vikings. That's our biggest threat. Always has been, always will be. As long as their head coach is still coaching, they still a threat.
They still threat when it comes to the NFC North. The Detroit Lions, my favorite team, the Honolulu Blue and Silver. They insert that blue into my IV, in which I pump it into my blood. I get the flow clone. I don't even need the mic wheel. Everything is going. Everything is blowing. And you know that I'm rolling. Where do I think we can be? I think we can be second. I think that's kind of where I'm riding here. I think it could get better. I think it's plausible. But I still think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be a good team. TA Noble Sports, he just in here. Oh, my God, TA, what's going on, brother?
TA.
Okay, what's going on, fellas?
Fog trucks. TA.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you.
TA?
What's up, fellas?
You came on here. Do you have something to say?
I got something to say.
You guys talking baby.
You guys talking about the Detroit Lions, right?
Oh yeah,
the Detroit Lions. Of course, I'm talking about who?
The Detroit trash cans, for a second.
Oh my God! Don't you say the trash cans?
That's waste management. That would be what do you call it? The Green Bay Packers.
Hey, yeah, I had a question for the panel.
Yeah,
because I heard you guys talking about Amani, and I heard you guys talking about Okudah and things of that nature. What is the expectations in year 3? I mean, not year 3, but year 1 for Jeff Okudah? What is the expectations for him?
Who do you want to go first?
Trox.
Oh.
Okay, my thing that I have for Amani or for Jeff Okudah, his rookie season. You don't have to be like Marshawn Lattimore or or Jalen Ramsey, but at least be in that same category. Like, you know, at least, you know, relatively close into that bracket. Like, where, you know, they're like, hey, Jeff Okudah, you better put some respect on that name because he'll lock you up and lock up at least half the field. You know, Marshawn Lattimore, you know him, you're not going to pass on him because there's a risk of interceptions. Jalen Ramsey, same thing. I want, you know, the Detroit Lions to have that same respectability. I love Darius Slay, but he was never that guy. He was always just that one big play Slay. Hence the name, Big Play Slay.
Big Play Slay. Exactly. Okay, Tone, expectations for Jeff Okudah, the 3rd overall pick from Ohio State.
Expectations for me is just really just above average, really.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got to be amazing, but, you know, I expect you to at least be above average.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to just above average, just be above average. My expectations for Okudah, and I know a lot of people want him to be the shining star defensive rookie of the year. My expectations are much lower because I know what it takes to be a young rookie cornerback. It's a hard position to learn. So I want them to do the right thing. What they did with Amani, I think he's much better, much smarter than Amani. I think he obviously will pick up much better. But I just want them to bring him in the correct way. If that means he does not start week 1 and he slowly gets implemented, you know, does a certain amount of time on the defense, a certain amount of snaps, okay. But don't rush him. Don't rush him. Kool-Aid and Cornbread, the coolest name.
What's up, Kool-Aid?
What's going on, Kool-Aid?
I love your Kool-Aid and Cornbread. TA, what do you say about Okudah, TA?
I do want to say one thing real quick, though, TA.
Real quick.
Okay. As far as Okudah, though, like, you spent a 3rd-round pick. He can't just be just above average. You spent a 3rd-round pick. He has to hit. Now, I agree fully with Mike says. He has to be brought in slowly. But this year, let's face it, he's not going to be Defensive Player of the Year. You're going to give that probably to Chase Young. For one, it's defensive end. They get the sexy plays. Unless he leaves the league in
football team.
Exactly. As long as he can get to the quarterback.
Right.
What do you think, TA? What's your expectation for the 3rd overall pick, the guy that everyone thought it would not be, but he is?
Now, my expectation for Jeff Okudah, I mean, you got to look at it like this. He was picked 3rd overall. You picked him. You didn't take Simmons. You took him. A lot of people wanted Simmons. You know, we know how some of us wanted Simmons, and some people knew that it was going to be Okudah.
Yes.
But at the same time, when I'm looking at the situation, you brought him in to be the 3rd pick overall for a reason because you believed in this kid. And no, we should not put a lot of pressure on him. We shouldn't definitely say he's going to be the next Charles Woodson or Rod Woodson or anybody like that. But the expectations are going to be high for him because he's the third pick in the draft. And I'm not saying that he's going to go out there and dominate or anything like that because I would be definitely kidding myself if I thought Okudah was going to go out there and just dominate. That's not going to happen because he's going to go against a lot of matches that he might not be ready for. So he's going to learn about this season too, but I think he's going to make plays as well. So my expectation for him is just to have just to be a solid player because when you don't have Slay back there no more, you can't depend, because Slay was our Pro Bowl corner. So you're replacing a rookie with you're placing a veteran with a rookie. So basically, my expectation for him is just to come in and be solid, make plays, and grow every day. I already see that he's a student of the game and he wants to learn the game. But the focus of him getting better has to be that front seven to make him look better. Because other than that, he's not going to look all that good because our front seven is not the best.
Take a look at my picture. When TA speaks, my mic drops. This happens every single time. He blows my mind with his great answers. The guy is very precise. And if you're not subscribed to TA Noble Sports, he does actually a lot of Arizona Cardinals content now. Obviously, he loves his Detroit Lions, but he lives in AZ. And they got it. They got it. They got the guy he wanted. So, they got Isaiah Simmons, not Detroit.
And I kind of want to talk about this too. I want to talk about this
one. They got Jeff Okuda. Ha ha. Okay, go ahead.
I want to talk about this too because I know we kind of said the Marshawn Lattimore, which he came in his rookie season and balling, but he was not the only rookie to come in and ball too as well. You had guys like what was the guy that was on the Jacksonville Jaguars? AJ Boye and Jalen Ramsey together, both of them two together was a beast. They was a beast together. They was shutting down some stuff. So you can have high expectations for your corner, but that it does take a little time for them to develop. You have to give them that opportunity to get out there and to develop. And once he develops, I think he's going to be good. I think him and Imani is definitely going to be the future for the Lions.
Folks, if you got a question, throw it in there. I want to bring you into this chat. I want you to feel like you're actually me, even though you don't want to feel like me. Come on, let's be serious, guys.
Right, because you drink a lot of Kool-Aid.
I drink Kool-Aid, and you're gonna be taking a leak every 5 minutes. The amount of Kool-Aid that I drink, and we don't want you to do that because literally you don't know this, but I could be actually having a green screen in my bathroom. And I could be on the toilet right now with all that Kool-Aid coming out. And you see that face of Travis Troxel Sports Talk. Jorge says, which was a better pick, DeAndre Swift or Jeff Okuda? You want to know my personal opinion here?
Uh-oh. I already know mine.
I already know. First off, I got the number pick, the third overall pick right. Secondly, I got DeAndre Swift pick right as well in my mock draft. Thank you, TA, for saying, hey, take a look at this guy. Because not all the credit goes to me. But I did. DeAndre Swift, man. We got a guy who should have been a late first round pick in the second round. He got past Kansas City Chiefs. Listen,
he should have been a Chief. Yeah, he definitely
just opted out. So to me, we got the best running back in the second round with Matthew Stafford, the quarterback from Georgia, we already got Kerryon Johnson, Bo Scarborough, who's going to make this offense get first down to first down to first down. Defense has got to respect it. They got to respect our run game for the first time since Javid Best. Before that, Barry Sanders. Before that, I was not alive. Okay? So how do you win football games? You stop the run and run the football. DeAndre Swift is going to be able to run the football. Defenses, respect our run game. Respect that run game because we are going to run over you unless we have an injury. But to me, DeAndre Swift is my pick because he shouldn't have been there. Trucks, go ahead.
Hey, what you going to do, brother, when the Georgia boys comes after you?
Yeah.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Snap it to a Slim Jim. Yeah. That's facts, man. That's facts. Because I had 5 Red Bulls. No, let me correct it. I've had 10 Red Bulls, just as much as tight ends that the Chicago Bears have. Woo! Let's go. Trucks, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
No, out of the two, Jeff Okuda or DeAndre Swift, I think with losing Darius Slay, I really think it has to be Jeff Okuda. Mm-hmm. Just because of the fact that you lost your Pro Bowl caliber corner. With the Detroit Lions, we still have Kerryon.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a lights out thunder and lightning with Kerryon and DeAndre Swift. Watch out. Mm-hmm. And then when you need those two fellas to get a breather, you got Bo Scarborough, you got Ty Johnson, and you got Jason Huntley. So, man, when have we ever had an actual real running back core like that?
We have not had it in a long time. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw a bone to Tone and let him talk about and flow about what he thinks. Okuda, Swift, better pick. Tone, let me hear your thoughts.
Okuda, even though Julian Akwara was the best pick, but, Okuda was the better pick because running back is like the least valuable position in the NFL. I expected.
Says who?
I expected.
Hold on, says who?
Says everybody. I mean, actually, this. How many
I
running
don't
backs
say
are
it.
held out in the
I
past
don't
couple
agree
years?
with that.
How many running backs are held out in the past couple years?
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
The reason most running backs are holding out is because NFL teams, they'll just draft a running back, use until their contract is up, and just let them go. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that all started with Le'Veon Bell when he held out. Melvin Gordon. Cook is already doing it. Eckler kind of bypassed it because he took a lower contract. Running back is a position that's very it's really dependent on the people around it more than pretty much anybody else.
Or who the player is. Okay, Tone,
you're not gonna have a good running game, huh?
I can see what you're saying.
Not gonna have a good running game with.
I mean, even if you had the best running back in the NFL, you're not gonna have a great running game if you don't have a great offensive line, right?
You need an offensive line, but if you don't have a running back, you end up like Detroit, where you have Matthew Stafford, who's never had a running game, and we can't get nothing in here because we cannot run the football. We've had the greatest wide receiver in Megatron in Lions history with a very great quarterback, Matthew Stafford. We've had very good offenses, and we ain't done nothing. We had a top 2 defense, and we ain't done nothing. We need a running back. We need someone that can hold a ball and go forward. We need a running back.
But, I'm going to put it like this, because I'm kind of old school when it comes to the running back. Basically the running back position, I feel what Tone's saying, like the running backs have kind of been devalued or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's one of the most important things to have on your team is to have a running back that can see the holes, hit the holes and go.
Yeah.
You need a running back that's special. And it's not a lot of guys out there like a Saquon Barkley or a Ezekiel Elliott or a Todd Gurley, guys that, can hold their own out there. But, you know what I'm saying? The importance of having a running back is everything, because back in the days, that's what they depended on the running back so much. And the running back took a bruising so much because he had the ball in his hands all the time, because these were good running backs. You had guys like Bo Jackson. You had guys like Ricky Waters. I could just go on with all the different running backs' name, but just getting to the point, the running back position has been devalued, but I definitely think that having a great running back means everything, because if you can't run the ball in the NFL, you're going to find yourself losing a lot of games.
And to me, the Tennessee Titans are not the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry. That you telling me if they don't have that guy, they go into the AFC Championship game? Yes. There ain't no way, man. Yes. No way. No.
That line was really good last year. Let me just say.
Derrick Henry made that offense good. You don't open up the wide receivers. You don't give that quarterback anything if you can't have that run ball.
Tannehill, yep.
Tannehill, there is no way the wide receivers are going to get as open as they did without that running game. That defense, they were playing to stop the run first, and guess they still couldn't do that.
Yep.
If they didn't have that running back on there, you would have never seen the wide receivers get open as much as they would have, because they respected Derrick Henry, a Christian McCaffrey type players that revolutionized that position. You have a great back like that, you can win games.
Now I'm gonna tell you.
I gotta say to that.
Go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you a team that I think about right now that clicks in my mind. That had a running back and offensive weapons as far as the wide receivers, and that was the Rams. When the Rams had Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, you know what I mean, and Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, that was hard to stop.
What was they called? They was called like the greatest
show on turf. Yep.
Yeah, greatest show on turf.
Real talk though,
you had to
Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions was actually the original greatest show on turf with Barry Sanders. It wasn't until what was that 2000 that it went to the what do you call it?
Rams.
It went to the Rams. Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm going to correct you here. When I was young, before that, I'm sure I stepped on the turf. That's the greatest show on turf. We have this show. If I have turf in this show, that's the greatest show on turf. Hey, Nomus JTV, what's going on, Nomus JTV?
Hey, what's up, Gnome?
What's going on, Gnome?
Subscribe to Nomus JTV. He is a very good guy.
Facts.
He does content, says NBA and Detroit Lions. Subscribe to his channel. I appreciate you jumping in here, man. But Tone, I will let you give the last.
What did y'all think about that, though?
Okay. TA spoke. Tone, I'm gonna give you the last word because you're kind of getting piled on, and it's important that you get the last word on this one.
Okay, so here's the thing about running backs. It's not that the average running back is getting better and better by each year.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Kansas City got rid of Kareem Hunt and replaced him with an undrafted free agent who had been cut by multiple teams, and you didn't see a drop-off.
That's
The
fact.
49ers started
Great
an
offense. They got a
undrafted
great
free
offense.
agent who was cut by 9 teams, and they were running the ball amazingly. The
Yeah.
Steelers got rid of the best running back in the NFL, Le'Veon Bell, replaced him with James Conner, and you didn't see a drop-off. The thing about it is, the NFL is starting to, well, first of all, because running the ball isn't as good as passing the ball. But the thing about it is, the average running back is getting better. So
Yeah.
why would I put my resources in a running back, but I could put it into my offensive line? And that's what most GMs are kind of thinking. Because
I can
Colts,
see that.
Absolutely, I can see
like
that.
the
I
Colts.
cannot argue with the offensive line. To me, offensive.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. He got me on
Besides
that.
the quarterback, offense and defensive line.
Yeah,
Yep.
without an offensive line, you can't do anything.
That
That's
is
facts.
100, and he just dropped the mic on that one. Hold on, Tone,
The
say it
mic-
again about the offensive line. Say how good it is, so I can drop this. Tone,
You said what?
you son of a- I'm dropping it anyways, and we're just gonna move on. Tone said, "I'm giving you something."
Yeah, and see, and also like Tone, it goes hand in hand too, Tone. So I feel what you're saying. It goes hand in hand. The scheme of the offense, like Kansas City has a great offensive mind in Andy Reid. So by replacing Kareem Hunt with another running back, the running back already knows what he has to do. So he's gonna flow into that system. That's why you can kind of put anybody over there, and they're gonna look good because number one, they got a decent offensive line. And they got a great offensive mind in Andy Reid that's going to make the offense click.
Don't forget about Patrick Mahomes either. He helps a tremendous amount. You had
Yes.
Well, you know
Hey.
we can't forget about Mahomes.
if Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes guy. He
Hey,
doesn't do
I mean, he is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Hey,
Right.
$500 million.
He is
Say
the best
what?
quarterback in the NFL.
$500 million.
Him and Russell Wilson is 1A and 1B.
Right. No,
This
but I
Patrick
mean,
Mahomes, come on.
But I mean, you stop and think about it. With Patrick Mahomes, he's the most deadliest quarterback on the field. So
Deadly.
the wide receivers are going to get open. That leaves the run game open. You use the run game, the wide receiver is going to get open. If you try to stop both of them, guess what? You leave Patrick Mahomes open. He's going to tear you apart. I mean, it's like you were saying, TA. It's almost like the perfect system.
Right. Yeah. Kansas City has a great offensive mind in Andy Reid.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
True,
I think
true.
I think you got to have a really good quarterback.
And the same thing when you look at the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Same thing. They catered the offense over to Lamar Jackson. They allow Lamar to be himself, not making him to be just a pocket passer, but just allowing him to be himself. The thing about Lamar Jackson, I think that his growth for this season, basically with Lamar Jackson, he's going to have to learn to basically get out of bounds even more and slide, so you don't be taking those big punishment and those hits out there. So I think if he does that and understands those are the things that's going to preserve his body, then I think you will be able to continue to run the ball with Baltimore, because they broke the New England Patriots records for the most rushing on the ground. So that's crazy.
Yes, with more yes.
Absolutely.
How long do you give Okudah to mature? I give him 3 years, but I think he's going to be much better than that. I think that's like when you'll really start him seeing elite status. You know what I'm saying? But I think you're going to see him do better than generally, I believe, cornerbacks do. I think you're going to see him really explode by the end of the year. Actually, you're going to start to see him where you're going to say, wow, this is why we got him with the 3rd pick in the draft. I think you're going to see that. Well, you're going to see him mature and be that stud year 3 where it's this dude's number 1, number 2 in the NFL, and it's not even going to be a question, I think, in my opinion.
Right.
In my opinion. Nomis doesn't tell Matthew Stafford's on the field. Oh, okay, the Cam Newton thing, and it's coming up. I've seen people going back and forth. Cam Newton. Should we got Cam Newton, TA?
No. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Tony.
Damn.
Tony. I didn't know you was TA. Tony.
Hey, well, his initials AT. If we flip him around,
Okay, we got an AT and a TA. AT, he said no. Go.
I would have took Cam. If I had an opportunity to take Cam, I'm taking Cam. I'm taking because I know what his ability is. I know what Cam can do. When Cam is healthy, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the national football. And I would definitely take Cam. And would have gave him that opportunity to get out there and field and do his thing if Matthew Stafford was to go down. Because I know, like having a guy like Chase on my team, if I got Chase and I got Cam back there, who am I taking? I'm taking Cam because I know Cam is the better quarterback, and he's going to propel us to possibly getting to a Super Bowl.
Okay. Judah, the ghost of Judah tribe here is the Chicago Bears fan. He says, meow. I got something for you. The Chicago Bears. Yeah, the
what's
Chicago
going on,
Bears.
ghosts of Judah tribe?
The TGOJT. Welcome. Subscribe to his channel if you like Chicago Bears. That's what he's all about. He is the Bears of all Bears. Ghost of Judah tribe. I don't know if you know, but I got some good news about my channel. I'll have to hit you on the down low if you want to know. Let's see here. That's towards Pat Mahomes being the most dangerous player on the field, Mike. No way. The most dangerous player on the field. Come on. We all know that's the referees. They're the most dangerous players on the field.
Yes, they are.
Hands to the face.
Especially when it comes to the Lions.
Hands to the face. Got him. Got him. I love it.
Got him.
AT. Tone. What about you, man? What do you think about Cam Newton? Why should
it's my favorite topic. He is extremely overrated. Cam ain't been good for about 2 to 3 years, man.
Mic drop.
Cam ain't been good about 2 to 3 years. You know, if it was 2015, man, Cam would be nice. Sad thing is, since 2015, this is 2020, 5 years on past. A lot has happened. And Cam has been trash for 2 years. Kyle Allen has been better than him. He was better than him last year. And Kyle Allen not even a top 32 quarterback. That isn't good. Now, we could talk about how he won an MVP, and now he went to the Super Bowl 5 years ago. But sadly, it's 2020 now. A lot of things that happened in 2015 in the NFL, they ain't happening no more. Cam is broke down. He ain't never been that accurate as a QB. And with his arm messed up, it's even worse.
Ooh.
He's never been that accurate. He's always...
I definitely hope that Cam make put some respect on his name.
Cam.
Well, see, this is what I'm going to say about Cam. Yes, it's been 5 years since he's been to a Super Bowl. Been 5 years since he won an MVP. People throw his name in the dirt. I'm one of them. Because of the performance on the Super Bowl game. You had the ball thrown at it was right there live, right in front of you. You didn't jump on the ball. I got a problem with that. Yeah. That's a hard issue. I got a problem with that. If you're on the field on the biggest game of anybody's career, the Super Bowl on the highest level, you jump on that ball. If it knocks you out, it knocks you out. Guess what? You're on the grandest stage of them all. You jump on that football. Okay. But outside of that, as a backup quarterback, in case of Matthew Stafford's back goes out again, you darn Skippy, I want Cam Newton on the squad because guess what? He has won an MVP. He has been to a Super Bowl. He has led the league in different categories. Absolutely, I want that because guess what? If my starting quarterback goes out due to injury, I got another starting quarterback going in. We're not going to miss a beat.
Okay.
And it's the injuries, that's why he fell off the face of this earth the last 5 years.
Okay. I'm gonna talk about this. Let's switch it up because I see my guy that goes to Jude Tribe.
So we pick up Ziggy Ansah?
No, I don't want.
Why not? He was good in 2015.
Ziggy Ansah
Hey, that's because he's getting too old for this league.
Oh,
he lied about his age.
Old in injuries, just like Cam.
Let's talk about. Let's talk about.
Break out that Cam.
Let's talk about week 1 against the Chicago Bears. Because my guy that goes to Judah Tribe is here. Troxel Sports Talk. What's going to happen week 1? The Detroit Lions versus Chicago Bears. What? Give me a bold prediction. That's going to happen against the Chicago Bears. And this one's at my.
Hey, you already know where this is going.
Sue.
Hey, they gonna get stomped like Ndamukong Suh did to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All love goes to Judah Tribe though. Just having a little bit of fun with you.
TA, a Noble Sport from Noble Sports. What's going to happen against week 1 against the Chicago Bears? Bold prediction here.
We gonna flip them. We gonna rip them. We gonna tear them apart. Man, yeah, I think the Bears, man. I think that's gonna be a good game, but I definitely think the Lions. We're gonna hold our own against the Bears. I think we get the victory. We get the victory against the Bears. We start off victory. I don't care if it's 3 or 1.5.
No, I'm talking about the double doink.
Double doink, McBoink.
Doink. Somebody said 53-0.
Oh man.
D. Williams,
let's go.
Chat, sir. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Excuse me, miss. What's your name?
What's going on, D. Williams?
Hey. Yeah, man. Tone, what's gonna happen week 1? Bold prediction.
The same Chicago Bears that barely beat the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving when they had a backup to the backup QB. Them Bears that couldn't move the ball on offense for like 25 minutes in the first time the Lions played. The problem is they had a backup QB. It's on the same Bears that barely beat the Lions when most of their starters was out.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a bold prediction, but I think if we get our top 5 QB back against Chicago, who doesn't have any QB, and barely beat us last year, we're going to beat the Chicago Bears. Now, if you were delusional, you could say the Bears are going to win. Sadly, I'm not delusional. Anybody who saw them Bear games versus the Lions last year, an average QB would have blown out the Bears.
Okay.
That offense is horrendous.
Okay.
It's good Lord. Now, I don't think the Lions are going to blow out the Bears this year because I think they're going to be kind of rusty. But the Lions are going to beat the Bears.
Folks, we have another call-in by the Gridiron Blitz, sponsored by the Gridiron Blitz. Who's calling?
What's up, y'all? Hey, first of all, what was the consensus on Cam Newton? We got 4 people at the table. I only heard 2 opinions. What was the other 2?
The other 2 was we're talking about the week 1 against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I'm talking about Cam Newton. That's where I'm at. I'm going back into
Put
time.
some respect on that man's name.
Okay, so here's the thing. You talking about you're gonna take Chase Daniel, all right?
The GOAT.
Let me remind y'all that Chase Daniel was on the street before the Chicago Bears picked him up in 2018. Now he did beat us, but he's no Kurt Warner, okay? You're gonna take him over Cam Newton. I don't understand that. I don't understand.
I don't either.
You know what I gotta say though?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We make fun of guys like Ziggy Ansah and Mike Daniels because they've been injured and we've been seeing the play get lower and lower because they get injured. Why does that not count towards Cam, who's been bad 2 to 3 years, was never an accurate QB, and his backup was way better than him?
Okay, Cam has been injured for quite some time.
Yes.
Right.
He's been playing with a bum ankle and a bum shoulder.
Shoulder, yeah.
But here's the thing I'll say about that. the thing I say about that, y'all ever seen the movie The Thing, where Kurt Russell, 1982 joint, where that's what Chase Daniel is. He's an imitation of a quarterback. Okay, Cam Newton is an actual quarterback. Okay.
Oh, Cam Newton is a running back.
You said what?
Cam Newton is a running back.
Okay. Well, I'm actually driving and watching The Thing at the same time. If y'all didn't know, The Thing is on right now. That is a movie where it's an alien creature that imitates human, like trying to take it over, and it's actually on YouTube right now. So make sure y'all search The Thing, and I'm sure you guys will find it. All I gotta say is that he beat up on us, okay? And that's facts. We weren't very good in 2018 or 2019. But one thing about when you have someone who has a chip on their shoulder, you cannot count them out.
Right.
Because at that moment, they play and they put their best foot forward. Whether you have something to prove to yourself or to other people. So never count out Cam Newton, okay? Because the dude can still ball, and I take him any day over Chase McBurger, okay?
Here's what I gotta say about
know why
that.
I call him. Go ahead, man. Oh, by the way, Tony, you're a scroll, man. You have to be, bro. You have to be from outer space. I'm telling you, you have to be. Captain Marvel is going to come find you and take you away, man. But go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say.
Pretty much everybody in the NFL has a chip on their shoulder. And if you don't, you're not going to last long in the NFL. Cam might have a chip on his shoulder, but David Blau got a chip on his shoulder. Chase Daniels got a chip on his shoulder. Matthew Stafford has a chip on his shoulder. Most of the good NFL players have a chip on their shoulder. I don't think that should mean exactly.
Okay.
I should say most of the players that stay in the NFL, that stay on the NFL roster, have a chip on their shoulder. Because if you don't, you're gonna get bounced out the league.
Okay. Well, I think Chase Daniel is he's the equivalent of the quarterback Mike Daniel. They got the same last name. Okay. That's what he is. He sits and collects paychecks. But that's okay because we keep signing them and people keep signing them. So that's all I have to say about that. Cheerio. Make sure you guys, after the show, check out The Thing, which is on YouTube right now. You guys be easy.
Folks, if you've not hit that like button, please hit that like button. Also, hit the bell for all my notifications. Subscribe to every member on here that is on the panel because we talk all things, and that's what we do. Subscribe to Chat Sports. They are a great organization, and I partnered up with them to bring Detroit Lions to the next level, and that's what it's all about. Panel, would you rather win with a running back that acts like a quarterback and wins, or Chase would just applied to be the McDonald's cook?
Give me Chase.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to win with Cam. Cam couldn't even win with the Panthers.
How does this keep coming back to Cam?
Because he's not good.
Man, you gonna put some respect on Cam's name, man.
Hey, give me Cam all day.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna see what he do this year.
I can't ignore the past 2 years. All right, they definitely happened.
2 years is gone now. Now we're gonna look at this year.
Okay. Well, let's talk about bold prediction that I didn't get to about the Chicago Bears. Here's my bold prediction. I have a bold prediction that the Ghost of Judah Tribe is going to be making a video and saying, look, the Lions defeated my team. It's been a bad day. MicroMike is right. I appreciate MicroMike because he knows his Lions football. And he was right. The Lions are a really good team. Bold prediction. That will occur. That's a bold prediction. NFC
drop.
NFC North talk. Week 2 against the Green Bay Packers. Bold prediction, Travis Troxel from Sports Talk.
Okay, bold prediction for the Green Bay Packers. The Lions are going to destroy them. 45-0.
Oh, God!
Hands to the face. Yeah, we haven't forgot.
Freaking strong D's to the face if that occurs.
Hey, no soft D's in this building.
Oh, no. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
No face shield's gonna stop that bad boy. It's be breaking face shields. Oh, The Ghosted Judah Tribe dropped the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, the Ghosted Judah Tribe. Again, he is a Chicago Bears fan. He loves riling all of us up. He's got a good channel there. Subscribe to his channel. He says prediction: Bears 35, Detroit 10, 5-0 in the last. Yeah, I'm not saying D-toilet. That don't come. You just made me say it. You son of a. Jeez, man. Jeez. You made that come out of my mouth. Got him. Oh, man, goes to Judah Tribe's laughing right now. He got him. Oh. Bold prediction: Matt and Flowers will be fired if Rodgers is not sacked.
I can see that.
Okay.
If they ain't sacked, they're going to get hit in the sack by MicroMike because I want to see Aaron Rodgers on the ground. Why do I want to see Aaron Rodgers on the ground? Because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. That's why. And I want to win football games, and the way you win is putting that man on the ground. Time now. Please get it done. Trey Flowers, sack this guy. No hands to the face. No strong D's to the face. We just want to get sacks. Okay?
Sacks to the face.
Oh! That's so nasty, bro. He's gonna break his collarbone. Oh! No. Don dropped a $2 super chat. He says SH and a little part there. Chicago won. Detroit 345. Yes!
Let's go, Don Burr.
Let's go.
Let's go.
345, man. Oh, love it. 6-2. Appreciate you, Don Burr. He evened the scale in regards to our Detroit Lions. Not possible to score 1 point. Oh, can't you do like a missed field goal or something, and then the person returns it back for 1 point? Can't you do that? No? If you miss a field goal, the other team gets it and run it back for 100 yards and get a point. They could do that, right?
It
2 points, ain't it?
I don't know.
It's 2 points.
It's 2 points.
2 points. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do have referees in the NFL, so you never know.
And that play doesn't happen that often, though. I love to see that happen, though, but it doesn't happen that often.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it happen a couple times. I think so, but you never know. Let's talk about training camp. It's here. I think it's 1 point. I thought it was 2, goes to Judah Tribe. Training camp's here, though. It's extremely important about training camp, about positional battles, Trox. What positional battle are you really paying attention to?
The position battle that I'm most interested in is offensive line, defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see those guys battle it out because we desperately need those 2 positions to be hitting on all cylinders. Without that, everything with Matthew Stafford back, with Carry-On, with Swift, with Cephas, with Galladay, with everybody, defense on as well, nothing will work because guess what? You're weak at your trenches. So it's the trench battles for me.
The Battle of the Trenches, World War I. Tone from Tone. What's going on, man? What positional battle are you paying attention to? And what intrigues you?
Definitely the corners. The corners probably the most important part of this defense. And we got some real depth there. We go 5 or 6 guys deep on that cornerback core.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to really determine how good this defense is. Because the cornerbacks are good, unlike they were last year. Then maybe we can get a pass rush or send a blitz. You can't send a blitz if you can't cover. And Lions sure couldn't cover. The cornerback, I mean, even guys like Mike Ford, super talented. He could make a name for himself this year.
Okay. Okay. What about you, TA?
battle of the backfield. I can't wait to see the backfield battle because I know it's going to be electrifying. It's going to be off the chain, the meters.
Yes.
It's going to be all that. I can't wait to see that, man. I definitely can't wait to see Swift against Kerryon and who's going to get it. Now I know Kerryon has the leverage because he knows the playbook, but man, can Swift come in and just say like, look, I'm that hungry and I'm ready to take your spot. If you don't want your spot, I'll take it. So I can't wait to see the running backs. And then not only those two guys, who else is going to be the other running backs on the teams? Huntley and Johnson, and as well as Bo Scarborough. Who are the running backs? What are the final 4 running backs that's going to be on the roster? That's what I want to know. Okay.
I see some people saying about breakout players of the year. My breakout player is No Miss J. He's my breakout player of the year. He should be on the roster. He actually works at Ford Field, so appreciate him. The fantasy, the battle that I think that I would be paying attention to is I think it got a little more interesting, and that's the wide receiver battle with Geronimo, Allison out of there. Are we even gonna have 6 wide receivers? That's a question mark. And if we do, who's gonna be that 6th wide receiver? We have a lot of. There's a lot of wide receivers on this team. We got like the tight ends from Chicago and our wide receiver. There's just a ton. So who's going to take that spot? Initially, I thought if we go 6, it'd be Geronimo Allison. He opted out, so it's not going to be him. Could it be? We don't know. I don't know who's going to be. Could Agnew actually get up in there? My initial thoughts is no.
Most of y'all say that Agnew is going to get cut.
We got Bolden, the little guy, the 170-some pounder. He's looking possibly to get up in there. Could we go bigger? Could we go Lacey? These are the things that we're going to be paying attention to when it comes to this wide receiver battle for the number 6 spot. Again, if we even have 6. And I see people talking about the breakout players. Don Burr says Hawkinson is a breakout player of the year. Jesse James is a sleeper. Tone, who is your breakout player of the year?
That's tough. I want to go with Hawkinson, but I'm gonna go with Tracy Walker.
Okay, I love it. It. Tracy Walker, shout out to the DB, DB room. He just was on there. Go ahead, subscribe to the DB room. That's actually Glover Quinn.
Yep.
But Tracy Walker, why is Tracy Walker?
Dude is a monster. Like, just amazing. Like, he can do everything. He's playing the box, can play deep, can play rover, can go in the slot. He can cover, he can hit. He's kind of like what Quandre Diggs was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Before he turned trash can. The dude is just super talented. And I feel like if he can take the next step like next year, then the defense as a whole will be improved a lot.
Okay. I love it. I love Tracy Walker, TA of Noble Sports. Who's your breakout player of the year for Detroit?
Jelani. I'm taking Jelani.
I love it.
I'm thinking Jelani Tavai because I definitely think that the ceiling for Jelani Tavai is really, really high. It's really, really high. And I think he's going to get that opportunity to man that middle. He's definitely going to get the opportunity this year to come of age. And I just think that it's time for him to break out. We need somebody to break out in that linebacking core because we do not have a linebacker that really, really scares anybody. And if Jelani Tavai can be that guy and he's all over making plays and flying around and knocking mouthpieces out of people, I like that. That's really what I want to see. So I'm picking Jelani Tavai to be my breakout player on defense.
Travis Troxel, if I hear Nick Bodden, I am going to throw my microphone through this StreamYard and it's going to hit you in the face. Somehow, some way, there will be a portal that will open up, kind of like Thanos. Who is your breakout player for the Detroit Lions this upcoming season?
Well, my breakout player got to be Nick Bogdan. Come on now. Everybody has doubt on my guy.
He gonna break out on the practice squad.
Hey, he is not about to go on no practice squad. He gonna be on this 53-man roster, 55-man roster. It doesn't matter what kind of roster. He is gonna be on that roster. Hey, in order to have a successful run game, you have to have that lead blocker in order to be able to open up some holes or get a blocker out of your way. Guess what? If the blocker's out of your way, you can either cut to the shoulder or maybe juke them out and go the other way. Hey, that can maybe move the chains now. I want guys in here that's going to be moving the chains on a consistent basis. You look at who else? You look at the New Orleans Saints. Look at the Baltimore Ravens. You look at Baltimore didn't use it last year, but you look at Kansas City. You look at the New England Patriots. You look at all these winning franchises. They use a fullback. The fullback, yes, it's an obsolete position in the game of football in 2020. I get it. They're phasing that position out. But guess what? The teams that use it, they're successful what? Running the football. That is why I have Nick Bogdan winning the position battle to be on this roster. Breakout player of the year. And he's going to be healthy all season long.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
If only he was good at his position, that would be a lot more.
Let me rain on this parade just real quick because I'm a prick, and that's what pricks do. You're hoping for something that happened to one Isaac Nada. He's not on the COVID list anymore. There goes Nick Barton's chance of making the roster.
Hey, guess who won? Guess who beat out Isaac Nada to begin last year?
Guess who beat him out
after he got injured?
But the thing about it was, at the beginning of last year, we thought Isaac Nada was a tight end only, so we put him on the practice squad as a tight end.
I mean, he's still a tight end.
He's definitely got a tight
we didn't
end.
think
because guess what? Guess what? Now you're really gonna cut your paycheck. Go ahead, be an H-back. Go ahead, be an H-back. Because guess what? Your paycheck is gonna be cut in half when it comes down to contract negotiations. So guess what? You better be a tight end if you want to get paid.
He ain't gonna be a good tight end. He might as well be an H-back.
I mean, he's still. I mean, I have him still making the team. I think both of those guys are going to make the team.
I'm going to tell you.
I mean, as of right now, though, if I have to choose one, I'm giving it to the actual position player, which is the fullback, which would be Nick Bawden.
Travis, let me.
Go ahead. Hey, hold on. I got one for you.
Test your might.
Look, I hear what you're saying, Trox, but I'm going to tell you, as a man who knows the game of football. Oh, just did it right there.
Got him.
Look here, guys. My breakout player for our beloved Detroit Lions this year, the Detroit Lions breakout player is DeAndre Swift, man. I think he's really going to break out. I think he's going to be a game changer for this team. I think he's going to have the job at a best effect. I've talked about it 500 billion times. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this man on the field and just consistently getting first down and a defense respect the run game. He can get in between the tackles. That's what we need. We needed a player like this that can actually hold the defense to account. We've never had this on offense and close out games. That's something that we've not had since 1991. It's been a really, really long time since we've been consistently able to kind of just dictate the run game at the end of a game and run the football. And that's my thing. Got that.
I will say this though, Mike. I got two underrated players though that are definite sleepers. Quintez Cephas and also who was the other one? Quintez Cephas. No, I already said Nick Bawden. Quintez Cephas and oh my
Christian
goodness.
Jones.
No!
Oh God, no. God, no.
I hope he does, but I don't think so.
Oh, who was the other one I was thinking of? Quintez Cephas and also
Adabushi?
No.
And Wiggins?
Hey.
What positional group? Just say a positional group. We can help you out.
Hold on, now I gotta think of what position he plays.
We're just gonna
keep going. When I remember, I'll tell you. But Quintez Cephas is one of them.
We have been on for nearly 2 hours, and we are coming near the end of the show. I'm sure by Thursday, Travis Troxel will think of the name, and then we can get back with you. As we close this show out, Tone, what do you got to say to the folks out there?
It's fun talking to you guys about why Everson Griffen is not good, and Cam Newton is an old man playing that young man's game. Nice talking to y'all. Also, Kenny Galladay is not top 15, so stop saying that.
Come on, you keep moving them down. You're gonna
say what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I actually ended up making the list, and I was looking at the list. I was like, "Dang,
man,
he's not even top 15."
I can't wait to hear Tom. I can't wait to hear his list.
Santa. I don't want your list. You get some cold.
Definitely had to make a list.
And we don't need you to check twice. Don't check that thing.
Nice.
And honestly, I got a lot of people in the maybe tier that could bump them down to like 25.
Oh my God! Come on,
Tom.
That is.
Here we go.
That is more like, man. Here we go to
survive with 120 tackles.
Trox. We're closing the show out, man. What do you got to say to the folks?
Well, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Shout out to all the 231 thumbs up. Appreciate everyone rocking with us. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Tomorrow I might be doing some basketball. If not, I know I'll be doing something on the channel. So stay tuned for that. Something will happen on my channel tomorrow. But Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be back on MicroMike's channel for the One Pride podcast. So stay tuned. Let's have some fun.
TA Noble Sports of TA, the guy who, in my opinion, is a good dude. What do you got to say as we close this bad boy out?
Man, what another awesome show, guys. Hey, we appreciate everybody that took their time to hang out with us on tonight. And I just like to say 3 words. Well, it ain't even 3 words. It's just my saying. I like to say good morning to you, good evening, and good night.
Folks, I appreciate everyone stopping in. We broke a record today, over 550 in the chat. Absolutely amazing. Also, we topped out with a lot of likes. You guys are MVP. I appreciate all the fans that came in. Again, if you did not hear, I have partnered with Chat Sports to be the Detroit Lions guru. So come see me and come see the crew when it comes to the Detroit Lions, because we're trying to take Detroit to a bigger level, even though the Ghost of Judah tribe don't like it. Subscribe to his channel, as he is a Chicago Bears fan, as well as Vash Darwin, as well as One Pride Nation. If you are a YouTube channel, you know what it's all about, man. Subscribe to everybody. We support everybody. We are one community, even if you're not a Detroit Lions fan, because there is more to life than football, and that's important. Everybody stay safe. Everybody wash their hands. And I'll leave you with this. Adios.